Good morning, creator. How are we doing today? Hey, you caught me on a Saturday morning. The hubby is at work, so I thought I have nothing to do but to chalk. So I thought I'd come on and share with you some chalky goodness with our new door tags from Chalk Couture. So hi, I'm Robin with Odessa Rose Creates, and I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer, and I'm going to tell you all about Chalk Couture and all the chalky goodness. So hang on tight. I'm going to make sure you can see me okay if I need to adjust my camera or not. So let's check that out. I'm going to do that on my iPad here real quick. And let's see. Maybe I'm not going to show up on my newsfeed. I have to go to my page. There we are. Okay, so say hello if you're watching. Hi, Debbie. Vicky, Gina, Debbie, Nelson are watching. Great. Okay, so let me put my iPad up. I don't think I need to do anything else with it, so okay. Chalk. Our chalk board. They're not like chalkboard. They're wood boards that are painted white, just like all of our other white wood surfaces. So I'm going to add a little paint to it and make it more the color of like a manila color door tag, or like a little tag would be like. So we're going to paint it a little bit. So keep that in mind when you get our surfaces that are these white boards. You can paint them. You don't have to leave them white. And these are in stock right now, so they're super nice. They fit our size B transfers perfectly. They're made to fit those. And I had just ordered one in, so I'm going to do both sides. I'm going to do one more of a pumpkin side and one more of a Halloween side. So we're going to paint that. Yeah, and then we'll talk about chalk pasting in a little bit. But let's get it painted. These are the two transfers I'm going to use. This one is back ordered till like mid-September. It was super popular on our new product release. And it is adorable. I think this is going to look super cute on a shirt. So I'm probably going to ink myself a shirt with that on there too. Oh, this is our Chalk Couture. What did I do with the Halloween one? There it is. I'm going to do this Halloween one. Eat, drink, and be scary. So those are the one on one side and one on the other. So all you have to do is flip them over. This was this month's Chalk Couture, which I haven't created with that. But I want to briefly go over Chalk Couture. It's a monthly subscription where you get a transfer and 3 paste packets of coordinating colors. This is a paste packet. So you get 3 of those with it for $19.99 a month. And then club members get deals like this month you get free shipping on any orders, or we'll offer discounts on certain products, or every month it changes on what the advantage is for being a Chalk Couture member. So for $19.99 a month, you're going to get a transfer. Everybody gets the same transfer every month. Only exclusive to designers like us and our club members. And then they get 3 paste packets. So those are nice to have because you can do more than one project with the paste packet, that's for sure. So check that out on the website, chalkcouture.com/OdessaRose, and click on Chalk Couture, and you'll see all the benefits of joining the club. Yeah, so this one's really cool. May the road rise up to meet you, which is kind of I think part of an Irish saying. But this border is also cool because you could put a different size A transfer inside that. If you wanted to not chalk this part, you can just use the frame and put in a different size A transfer in it. So always look at your transfers and see how different ways that you can create with them. and use parts of them, or, you know, I'm always doing that. So, like on this one, you could use the bat on a different transfer, or these squiggly lines, or whatever. I always try to think of different ways you can use them. So, let's set these aside. I just got to remember where I put them. Put them up here. And like I said, I'm going to paint this. So, I got some craft paint. I didn't actually have the, you know, the tagged color. Just kind of this, you know, manila-y color. And I think I'll take a Sharpie and just a brown Sharpie and go around the circle and make it look like a tag. Or if I had I didn't take the time to look, but if I had a round circle off another transfer, you could just lay that over the circle and chalk in brown, which I may do that too. I just haven't taken the time to go find a circle. I'm sure I have something that will work. So say hi. Hi, Tonda. Good morning, Vicki. Shelly. I hope all is well. Yeah, sure is. Just enjoying the day home alone again. Last night we had our dinner for my husband John's birthday. Our daughters got to come over with their families, and we made, I made roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, and red corn. We had a salad, lettuce salad, and some desserts. So it was a good night. Ate plenty, that's for sure. Okay, so I grabbed some just acrylic paints. I grabbed a white, a super light brown, tan color, and a touch, I maybe need a touch of mustard for the yellowness. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to paint both sides and see if we can get that, I don't know what you call it, like kind of like a manila, like a file. Manila, like manila envelopes are kind of light or darker, I think. But okay, so I like to just wet my brush. I just have a flat brush. I just wet it in water, and I just put the paint right on my brush, and then just try to start smearing it in there, and then I'll just add colors as I go. So this will get kind of wet, obviously. But I will dry it with the heat gun before I chalk. And actually, just this color alone might work okay. I might not need another color. I'm just kind of spreading it out so it's not so dark on the one side. I just didn't want a stark white board. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit warmer tone. So that's pretty good. I might not need any other color. So this color was Deco Art Americana in Cocoa. That's the color. So I'm going to try to get the edges. Sometimes it's a good idea to do those first. It's not wanting to take the paint too good. But I can always distress the edges too with distressing ink. So it's not super important, but I don't want them to be stark white. But, okay, so I'm going to smooth all the strokes out and then dry it real quick. You can use your hair dryer. I have a heat gun, mainly because I had it and it's more quiet than a blow dryer for as far as being on. It's still a little darker on that side, but I think that's kind of cool. Like, I don't necessarily need to be perfectly. I'm gonna look on the camera. Maybe I'll add just a dash more. This side. It's pretty light. if you haven't taken up the hobby of chalking, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for, because it's so fun. And if you haven't done it and you're not in my neighborhood, hopefully you can find somebody near you that can give you a class or teach you a little bit about it. Or simply go on my site and order a Try Me kit, or contact me and I can make you up a Try Me kit for you to try it out. Hi Audra, what size is your tag? This is Chalk Couture's tag that the company sells them. They call them a 9x12. They are super nice quality. They're a little bit thicker than the ones I buy from a craft supply store or company. So they're nice and heavy. I'm not heavy, but thicker and good quality. Let this dry a little bit. Hi Barb. Oh, yep. It's Chalk Couture's tag, and they are available on the website. No, they have a brand new one. They just came out in July, a month ago. Not even a month ago. Yep. And while we have the paint out, let's just go ahead and paint this side. I think I might do this side, because this is going to be the Halloween side. I was going to do it the same color, but now I'm thinking maybe I should do it in a gray. Because I'm going to use black, purples, and, or should I just keep the tag color? Which would be interesting with that purple on it. I'm trying to think what it would look like. It might be kind of cool. I might just leave the tag color because I really wanted the color of a tag. So I'll just leave that color. Most of everyone want to order during launch is already sold out. Yes. Yeah, but everything's coming back. A lot of it's coming back in next week. So be sure to keep your eye out on everything. It's just amazing product, and people are just loving chalking. So it's, I mean, they sold like $2 million worth of product in the first hour or 2 hours. I can't remember. A short time, 1 or 2 hours, they sold $2 million worth of product. So it was crazy. It's a good crazy. But they got it coming back. So, and it's only August, so you have plenty of time to, if you're wanting holiday, fall, seasonal stuff, you still have plenty of time to craft and create. Unless you're doing like craft shows right away. But most craft shows are towards the end of September, you know, in through the holiday. I always seem to be a little darker on the left, which would be your right. I'm going to try to lift that up. Okay, so this tag has a beautiful wood grain to it, and you can still see it through the white pre-coat that they do for us, which you can chalk directly on. But I usually paint, unless I do want a white sign. But like our pumpkin cutouts and our tree cutouts, which will probably come back in our September edition supplement catalog. I think the wood cutout trees will come back with some new transfers for them. And our little eggs, everything, anything, and our box frames all have this white surface on them, and they're super easy to work with. So let's try this side. I love your ideas. Thank you, Barb. Glad I'm catching live. Oh, good, Stacy. I only ordered the one door tag. I ordered like one of all the new surfaces. I have tons of surfaces I already have, so I didn't need a whole lot. But these are super great for classes too, if you want to give classes. Or if you want to do a private class with me via Facebook, this would be a good project we could do. Is you could order a door tag, and we can do a project that way. Oops, still a little wet. Good morning, Joanne. If you chalk on it directly, do you need a wax? Well, let me wait till I turn this off. Debbie asked if you should chalk on this, if you are going to chalk on it directly. It does not hurt, that's for sure. And they probably recommend it. I think they do, yeah. On the packaging, it does recommend waxing before using, and they call it a one-time use, which would make sense. There's a different advantages for waxing. First of all, if you wax this, even now if I waxed it, even after I put a little paint on it, waxing helps keep your transfer from sticking too much to it, I guess. On any surface, if you wax first, it helps release your transfer off easier and not get stuck that you are pulling it so hard that you could be stretching out your transfer, which you don't want to do. So waxing is always a good idea on a lot of surfaces, except for you don't need to on our Chalk Couture's boutique boards. They are already, the surface is already ready to accept a transfer, so you don't need to on that. Do I wax always? No, not always, but it never hurts to wax these surfaces from Chalk Couture, and they recommend it. Another good thing about waxing first is if you got a little boo-boo that came off the transfer or a little bleed through, when that surface is waxed, everything's going to clean up much easier off of it. If it's not waxed, the dye from the chalk can penetrate into the paint and leave a stain. So if you have a nice waxing on it, then it's going to be easier cleanup, and you won't. That dye is not allowed to penetrate into the paint of your board. So even right now would be advisable to wax. So I can wax this real quick and just show you how to do that. I like to use, we now sell wax, jars of wax. So if you are not able to, go to a hardware store and get wax, we have wax now. And I didn't check to see if it's available still, but we do sell our own wax now, which is awesome. But I already had these jars of wax, these cans of wax, so I'm still using them. Just Minwax paste finishing wax. This is what goes on furniture when you any wood, whether it's stained or unstained, you can seal it with a wax. And that's what this is. And it comes in natural wax, or you can get a stained. And stained wax I use a lot of if I want to distress it or vintage something. But for my base coat, I'm just going to put the natural wax on. And like I said, you don't have to, but if you're using a new transfer that's going to be kind of sticky, it definitely is not a bad idea. And also it keeps from that paste penetrating into the paint and staining it if you need to clean up. So just rub a little bit on there. Like I said, it doesn't take much. Just rub it in. And you don't really even have to wait for it to dry. You can just go ahead and start chalking on it. Now I wax on top of my finished projects too, unless it's a board that I want to erase, like a chalkboard or boutique boards. I don't wax on those if I'm going to reuse them, like wash off the chalk and reuse it. But on my finished painted boards that I'm designing as an art piece, I usually almost always wax on top. I like the feel of the finish. It just feels like finished furniture compared to if you just stain wood, like, and you know how it just doesn't have that finished look. Well, the wax gives it that finished look and feel and touch. So we got a little bit of wax on there. Okay, I love that CC listens to our product ideas. These are good sellers. Yes, they are very good sellers. I'm sure they will be. Yeah, the tags I buy from a craft supply place are about this narrow and longer and thinner. These are nice. This is a nice thickness, so you don't really get much warping. Okay, cool. So I got my have my tag color, and I talked about doing a ring around that. I'm trying to find something I can trace. When Chalk Couture first started, they had chalk paste in 2-ounce jars, and actually I still have some that's still good. Like, I went through it all the other day and hydrated all my chalk, and I have a few of them that are still good. So I'm going to try to center this and just trace it. I'm going to make that brown ring around the top of the tag, and I might just trace it with a pencil. If I found a circle, I know we have them, but I just didn't take the time to look for it. Now my trick is to find the center here. That's why I'm going to do it in pencil. I could either paint it in or use a brown marker. I need to come this way a little bit. Now this is erasing off pretty well, and maybe it's because I waxed it, I don't know. It's also taking a little bit of the paint, but not too bad. Now, if I'm thinking, got some, maybe I'll paint it in. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm just messing around. I'm gonna grab some darker brown paint. And do a little paintbrush. We'll just see what it looks like. A lot of times people will take a washer, like a metal washer, and get them rusty. And then they'll glue them on to make the ring. Probably shouldn't have wet my brush first. But I did. So I'm just messing around. I've never done this, so just see what it looks like. My first thought was to fill it in with a brown Sharpie, but I think that would take too long. So I'm just adding some craft paint. probably should not have wet my brush first because it's not laying smooth. I'm going to start drying it and smooth it out as we go. Get this coat dried and then put another coat on. I think it'll be pretty good. Alright, one more little dab. That's more than I need. There. It's looking pretty cool. But I'm going to speed up the drying process with the dryer again. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Anne. I was, yesterday I did a live, and today I'm doing a live. I haven't been on for a little while. I've just been crafting behind closed doors so I can get some stuff done. And I've been watching my grandkids a lot, so definitely can't do it when they're here. I did do a live with my grandkids too. We did some little Halloween signs, so that was fun. Good morning, Barbara. Roxanne, I can't remember who I've said hi to. Yeah. So I'm making a tag. It looked like a tag. This is our Chalk Couture tag that we now sell. They come in a whitewash wood, and so I colored it to make it look like a real tag. And I'm trying to make a circle. Get that dry, and I can flip it over and do the other side real quick. It is a busy time of the year. Alright, let's do the other side real quick, and hopefully I can do it a little bit better. Good. I'm not going to use a wet brush. also use our chalk paste for this. I mean, you might need to water it down just a little bit so it's not so thick. But if you don't have any brown paint, but you got the bark, our bark color is about this color of this here brown, so that would work perfect. And it probably would dry faster, actually, than this craft paint. Second coat, and we'll be done. And we get to the fun stuff, the chalking. That's what's fun. Okay, cool. Kind of looks like a tag, right? Trying to get it nice and dry because I already flipped that over too soon and kind of messed it up. But that's alright. I can touch it up. Alright. Looks pretty cute. You like it? Just the tag look. Not cute. Fun. Now we're supposed to remember where I put these. So let's do the pumpkin one first. The Halloween transfer, this is available right now. And the tag is available. But this one's back ordered for a few more weeks. But you can always add it later or do something else. So I haven't used this yet. So I'm going to lay it sticky side up and place my fuzzing towel on it. Make sure I don't have any debris on it. I'm just going to fuzz that transfer just a little bit. Just downplay that stickiness a little bit if you add a little bit of fuzz from a towel on it. We want our transfers to be sticky, but we don't want them so sticky that they're hard to lift up. Especially with all this open area, this could really get stretched out easy if you pulled too far. You can see how it stretches. It has a bias just like a fabric, so it does stretch. So place this right in the center. Just make sure it's pretty level. And now we want to kind of push from the center out to get any air pockets out. If you find a big one, you can always just lift up the corner and kind of do this trick. Like that. Okay. Now I want to talk, if you do not have any supplies at all, and you don't have any chalk paste, these were super popular too. What are they? They are collections of chalk paste colors for different seasons. And they're coming back in stock. And this is the autumn collection. You get 6 paste packets. And you look at all these beautiful fall colors. So if you want to start chalking, this is a great way to do a season. I mean, you're going to be able to do 3 or 4 transfers. But you'd kind of want to do them all at once. Because once you open this paste, it could dry out quickly. I mean, you can, if you have one of those sealers, you could seal it back up. Or maybe put it in a little snack zippy bag, but try to get all the air out of it. Of course, when our paste does dry or gets thick, you can add a little bit of water to it to rehydrate it. But if you just want to try chalking, and like this, you could absolutely do this all in one color. Or, you know, maybe just pick a couple colors and use it for a project, and then use a couple other colors on another project. But this one's cool. It's got currant jam, orange peel, shimmer, copper, fig, pesto, and bumblebee. So these are great, and they will be coming back in stock, and I think they're like maybe $12 or $13.99. The ones with the shimmer, I think, are $13.99. The everyday, there's 4 sets. The everyday home, which is $12.99. Halloween, autumn, and holiday, and those are $13.99 because they have shimmer paste in them. The shimmer paste is a little bit more expensive to purchase. So that's the autumn one. This is the Halloween one. And here you're going to get meadow green, the white, orange peel, bumblebee, shimmer shadow, which is a black shimmer, and regal purple. So check those out too. And then there's a holiday one and the everyday one, which I also have to show. But anyway, okay, so we got this on here. I'm definitely going to make my pumpkin orange. I don't have the current orange peel color because I have some older oranges that work super great. So this papaya is a good deep pumpkin color. And then your orange peel, which would be something more like orange. Mine is just called pumpkin. This is an old pumpkin color. But, let's see. We have orange peel and papaya, which are good pumpkin colors. And this is papaya. And this would be like what orange peel is like. Maybe slightly darker than that. Okay? So those are good. So now I just need to decide what color, other colors, maybe for here and down here. What colors I want to do those in. I'm kind of thinking my arrow I might want to do in, I make my own really dark gray with storm and a little bit of black. So I'm going to grab that. I think this is it right here. So it's not black, but just a really dark gray. Get that mix. Looks like I got a little black in it. Get that mix. I'm going to definitely use that on the arrow. And maybe pesto green or meadow, one of the greens for this pick your own pumpkin. So I'm just mixing my paste to make sure it's mixed in well. We have these little stir sticks also you can buy on our site. I just wash them and reuse them just like I do my squeegees. I'm gonna prime this. There we go. I'm not used to that spray bottle. I got a new one because I love it. It's the Chalk Couture one. It's a great mister. Okay. The only I'm trying to decide is maybe green and then that gray on that part. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do from the top to the bottom, and we'll probably paste and peel. So I'm going to paste and then peel it so the chalk paste doesn't dry in the silk screen. If it dries in the silk screen, it's going to stay in the silk screen. So you don't want to like chalk this and then come down here, and then especially if you skim it down really thin, it's going to dry out. You could leave it on thick and then chalk and then skim down your extra chalk paste. There's a couple ways you can do it, but that way you're not picking up your transfer and laying it back down. So I'll show you what I mean by that. If you just put it on thick, and just leave it thick, and then come back and skim it down later when you're ready to, when everything else has been chalked, you can do it that way. So you leave this on kind of thick, okay? And then come down and do your pumpkin, which I'm going to try to do the outside colors in the darker papaya. And I'm kind of going to wish I had a little bit of brown. Let me grab that. This is a chocolate I make with black and bark, but it's almost gone, so I better just grab my bark. I can find it. And I'm going to put a little bit of brown up here. Okay, and then the rest I'll do in this orange. Just kind of mixing that papaya in with the orange. You can also use your finger for this. And then just start skimming it down. And I always put the extra back, unless it's really came out a funky color. You might want to just throw it away, but if you're not too concerned about changing the color of your paste, then just put it back in the jar. Okay, and then I'm just going to do my stem. And quickly do the arrow. I might do it all in the gray, I think. Just do it all. Like I said, this is like a charcoal color that I make with gray and black. Okay, and now we can come back up here and skim this down real quick. Just make sure you don't have any squeegee lines, because if your squeegee line can show up on your print. So now we're going to just pull it up and get a hold of it. Here we go. Look how super cute that is. Our new transfers are made a little bit different now. They're going to be where you don't want to soak them in water because it can break down the paste. They went to a more friendly, less chemicals in their transfers, so they can't soak in the water as long. So I'm just laying it back on the backer sheet on the shiny side, sticky side of the transfer to shiny side paper, And then I will take that to the water and wash it quickly when we're done. So look how cute that came out. You can kind of see the darkness of that papaya on the sides of the pumpkin. So it gives a little bit more, you know, a little more dimension to the pumpkin. Okay, so we want to dry this. But I'm going to put my paste away so they don't sit here and dry out. Okay, any questions? I got Facebook is, at least on my iPad, there's more information on there because you can bring people in on your camera. Can you turn up the volume? I don't know. Let me try. Okay, I don't know if that made a difference or not. I could just need to talk louder. Or make sure your volume is up too. Super cute. Now I'm going to turn it over and do Halloween on the other side. And then I'll probably add a little bit of distressing ink just to age it all a little bit. And I'm having a hot flash right now. Woo. Okay, so I'm going to dry this real quick. So I can flip it over. I see a little bit of gray right there. We'll see how easy it comes off since I waxed it. Hopefully it'll come off easy. Thought of something. I think I'm going to clean that transfer right here with just spraying it wet. And first I'm going to turn it sticky side up. Let me just show you how, in case you've never cleaned a transfer. You could just put it under your faucet and clean it. But I'm just going to, I like to wet the back side so when I lay it on the countertop, it's not going to stick. Okay, so lay this, get this wet. The advantage of being at the sink is you got water to wring out your, let me just grab some water. So I have one of our board erasers, which I think they should just call chalk erasers. And you want to get that wet in your water. And then you can just wipe off your paste. I know this looks like a big mess. But if you hold it under the faucet first, you can get most of the paste off just with your hands. But I knew if it sat there too long, it would start to stain it. And staining your transfer is not hurting your transfer. It just doesn't look very pretty. Okay, so you want to clean all this up. And really, I need more water. Clean up again. I've got most of it off anyway. And I can always take it to the sink and clean it better. at least most of it's off. Okay. Now I'm going to lay it on the sheet and then I'll finish it in the sink later. Okay. There. Alright. Grab a regular towel and dry this off. Alrighty. But that's how easy it is to clean them. Alright. And I think this is dry enough I can flip it over now, but let's make sure this is dry. I don't want to lay it on a wet surface because it could smear up my chalk paste. So make sure this is dry. And see, I got a little bit of a chalk paste out here. So you can take a little Clorox wipe or wet a Q-tip and just wipe it off. There. Came out pretty. It also kind of takes away the paint underneath, so you don't rub too hard. Okay. So let's turn it over and do the Halloween side. And then we'll antique it all and I'll wax it and it'll be done. So this one's called Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. Like a potion bottle with a bat topper on it. That's what it looks to me like, a topper of a bottle. And I brought out some shimmer paste this time. I got my Shimmer Olive. This is a exclusive to people who went to the Chalk Couture convention. Well, we didn't get to go this year, but it was virtual. But if you signed up, you got this shimmer purple. But you definitely can use any of our, like Regal. It's definitely a good purple. So I thought I would try the shimmers on the Halloween side. So we have the Shimmer Black, which they call Shimmer Shadow. Got this new, which I don't think I've even opened this one. It's got some good chalk on the seal here. Get that off. Yeah. Alright, throw that away. Shimmer Olive. I think 3 colors will be plenty. So, I think I'm going to do the bottle in the purple, the squigglies in the green, and of course the bat in black. Good morning, Diana. We're doing 2 sides to our Chalk Couture tag, which is now available. So we did the pumpkin side. I painted it with white, or watercolored it kind of with acrylic craft paint, watered down, and made it that tag color. And then I painted in a circle to represent a tag. So I'm going to fuzz my transfer just a little bit here. Okay. Just getting it centered. Press it down, get the air pockets out. Let's get to it. The good thing about the shimmer paste, I feel it doesn't dry as quickly as regular paste. so you have a little bit more time to get it in. So, like I said, this paste is for those who signed up for a Chalk Couture convention. This shimmer purple, but our Regal is really pretty. You can also add a little bit of the shimmer silver to your Regal and get a little bit of a glitter to it if you want to do that. Just kind of fun. My squeegee is almost too big for where I need to be in some of these areas, especially going around the curve. Another thing with the shimmer, it's kind of good to go in different directions so you can get that glitter down and through that silk screen. Because, you know, there's a little more texture to it compared to regular chalk paste, so go over it a few times so you can get it down in that silk screen. Pushed through. Okay. Getting it worked in. Alright, let's do our green real quick. I'm going to use a smaller squeegee. Do the shimmer olive on all the squigglies. I think I'll leave these down here. I'm doing black just to bring that black back down into the design. I also think, oh yeah, that's going to be white. It's going to look interesting. Because I kind of think this design might have been made more for a blackboard, other than the bat. We'll see. Again, shimmer takes a little bit more time to get worked into those silk screens. Okay. And now our black. What they call shadow shimmer. A lot of the shimmers are sold out right away, so they are coming back real soon. And you definitely could just use a regular black. But I thought it would be fun to mess with the shimmers today. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Super cute. There we go. I'll lay this on there again. That's cute. Looks good. Get both sides. We put this away This side I may not wax because it kind of takes the I guess it doesn't matter now. It kind of takes the shimmer away if you wax on top of it, which sometimes I don't mind, but especially for Halloween, I kind of want it to be really shimmery. So let's let that dry. But we definitely can distress. Oh good, Anne, I'm glad you can hear me. Maybe it was my camera. These would also be cute, you know, to do like a Thanksgiving and a Christmas tag that you can flip over. Shimmer paste takes longer to dry, so just be a little more patient with it. I see a little bit of paste came off there. I'm just gonna take my little rag again and see if I can get it to come up. So I really think that's coming up because I did the waxing on it. Before we chalked, I waxed after I painted the boards. So, okay, now, guys, let's distress this a little bit. Now I might go in and fill this in a little bit better, the paint on here, before I wax it. But let's distress it, and then I guess I need a dollar. So I got out, yeah, I don't know what's up with these pads, but these are not, all these do is get fuzzy on me, and they came with this one. They're worthless. This is what we need, more of a sponge. I don't know. Maybe they're made for something else, but okay, so on the Halloween side, I'm going to use more of the black ink. I also have like a gray ink, so I might look at the gray. Definitely the very edge of it, I'm going to put a little bit of black. It's already kind of coming in, so I'm just going to define the edge a little bit, okay? You can kind of see that coming in. I think this makes a world of difference when you do this. Do it really lightly. I might be able to just darken that with my ink too. Looks kind of good. So I may not need to fill it in with paint if I just put some of this on there. Okay. Not really heavy right there, and I didn't really want it to, but okay. So that looks pretty good. Let's tip it over, and I'm going to do more brown on this side. And let's try to get off some of that blackness off of here. You could also sand it with sandpaper and, you know, soften up these edges a little bit because they are, you know, sharp edges. Definitely, but if you wanted to round them a little bit, you could apply some sandpaper to it and just kind of soften that edge. Here's where I'm getting the edges of the actual board, so they're not white. I tried to do that with the paint a little bit, but it didn't take very well. So I'll do it with the ink. Hopefully you can see a difference. That kind of helps that too. Okay. Sometimes I'll bring them in here just to antique it down a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we have generic fall. This is like a good September side. If you don't do your Halloween decorations for the whole month, you can just leave this out for part of October and then flip it over for the Halloween time. And then now this, I think we'll need to put a ribbon on here. But this would be cute just sitting on a shelf. Or you could definitely hang it off a hook or hang it on a door. It may not be big enough to hang on a door, but it's definitely cute as a shelf setter or a hang. So cute. Ribbons. You could make a bow. I'll show you how you can make like 2 bows, and then you can just tie one on and then untie it. You know, and do the Halloween one with the Halloween one. Like, so first of all, you would need I'm going to try to find a ribbon that would match both sides so we can use it as this part. I got my ribbons laying back here behind me. Trays of, or spools of ribbon. I was kind of thinking this gray one, but I'm pretty sure it would be done in a, if we did like just a burlap. I'm trying to think if I have any pieces of burlap laying around. Here it is. These ribbons I bought new patio cushions for my chairs outside. And the ribbon was wrapped around the cushions. And of course I kept it. It's going to be perfect for this. It even still has the little string tags, plastic tags on it. Okay, let me get rid of that. So I'm kind of glad I saved this ribbon. And get that little plastic thing out of it. There. So I'm just going to loop it up and how am I going to get that through the hole? I make needles out of a piece of wire. You just fold the wire in half, slip your ribbon in it, and then now you have a needle. So you can just pull it through. Loop that up like that. Okay. And then you could just tie this in a knot, and then you have something to hang it off of. Like that. Okay. Now, if you want to add a bow, you can do a bow and just tie it on like you would tie your shoe. Let me just do that real quick. I'll make one, and then you can, let's see, let's do a little bit of green, since we got green in it. Let me look here. This is going to be a good one. And probably need a little plaid. This, what else would we want? Could bring in a gray, but not totally necessary. So fall leaf one. Okay, so a quick messy bow. So just take some ribbon. Don't use my trimmer scissors. Use these scissors. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the ends. Fold it in half. Cut an angle so you have a dovetail. I might do two of these polka. Maybe I'll just do one. What would be pretty is a little bit of lace, or rickracker lace. I'm gonna do lace. I have a green rickrack that will look cute on top. So you just cut a bunch of ribbon pieces, okay? And then you just kind of crisscross them in. Okay. We're gonna tie a ribbon or a twine around it, and we'll make this bow like this, and then we'll tie it on there. So you got these all on here. Try to even out the sides. Okay. Take some twine. Fairly long piece. You're going to lay it across your X in the middle, and then bring it up to the back side. You're going to flip it over. You're going to tie this in a knot, cinching it up as you go. Tie it just one time, flip it over, and get your ends even, like left and right, okay? So you got it pretty even. You can always trim it too. Okay, then cinch it up tight. And then tie it in a knot. Okay, now at this point you can trim more if you want to. But now you're going to take your twine. You're going to put it on your sign. okay? And you're going to take your twine and just tie it like you're tying your shoe. So you can get this off easy when you want to flip it over. Just tie this in your shoe. So when you want to flip your sign over, you can easily take this bow off by untying your shoe. And then you can put a Halloween, these colors of a bow on this side when you flip it over. So for now, you got this one on there. Okay? And when you're ready to flip it over, you just untie this like you're untying your shoe. And then you put a new one on. Does that make sense? So that makes it easy. Unless you make a bow that you can use on both sides, then you can just turn your bow around and use it on both sides. Then you can just save your bow for the next year. Okay? Pretty easy. I feel like I put it on upside down. You can always, like I said, trim these out, fiddle with them, whatever. So, pretty fun. Just flip her over for Halloween. Then you can always turn it back after Halloween for the rest of the fall season. Pretty fun. So thanks for chalking with me, guys. If you want to learn more about chalking, shoot me a message. Go ahead and hit that arrow down there to show this to your friends. If you want to get together and do a class, I can do one virtually online, or if you're in the neighborhood, you can come to my house and I can give you guys a class. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Do something crafty. It's what everybody should do, I think. So have a great day, and I will chalk with you later. Bye-bye.